Hey man, I'm not judging. I just think it's funny. Welcome back to Bedroom Brainiacs. You may notice that things look a little different. That's because things are a little different. Here at Bedroom Brainiacs, what we're trying to do is we're trying to bring education, but also we're trying to make it fun. Wrap it in a fun little wrapper, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Yeah. The thing about it is nobody wants to be lectured at. Nobody wants to be told what to do, and there is no universal win condition.
Oh, that's a callback.
To anything, because every person has their own sexuality and their own body. So to me, to sit and tell somebody this is the right answer is not how I do business, frankly. And also, if the whole point of, or like one of my whole missions in life is that sex is fun and normal and regular, and it's as regular as eating and breathing and sleeping, and it's just a regular part of being a human being, then it isn't necessarily something that we need to be lectured about.
Right.
It can just be part of a regular conversation or a fun game, apparently.
I'm glad that you said fun game, because this episode actually is going to be a fun game.
I'm shocked.
Hence why I have all this extra equipment here today, because we're going to play a fun game. Do you want to know what that fun game is?
Clearly.
On this episode of Bedroom Brainiacs, we're going to play a game that I invented called Lyric Trivia. And here's how the game works. Julie, you are going to be our first and only contestant. I'm going to present you with 3 sets of lyrics covering, for each question, I'm going to present you with 3 sets of lyrics covering a specific topic. And you have to pick the lyric that is the actual lyric. Now, it's going to be 3 lyrics. 1 is going to be real. 2 are going to be lyrics that I wrote myself. Ooh. So they're going to be fake. And you have to decide what's the real lyric.
Okay.
And after we pick the real lyric, we're going to discuss that topic and how it appears in music.
That sounds lovely. Also, I just want to point out that I happen to know the creation of this game. I've been in the background hearing about it. But all of these, and so there was an intentional effort, very intentional effort by my co-host here to ensure that I do not know the songs that are being included.
Yes. So to that point, this was actually a difficult game for me to plan because we listened to a lot of the same music. Mm-hmm. So I had to find music that I knew, but you didn't know, to make it difficult.
Yeah.
So I just want to say thank you to everyone who reached out and helped me with my music selection. If you suggested a song that I didn't use, please don't be offended. I feel like we're going to have fun with this, so we're going to do it again. So I definitely want to give special thanks to my country connection, Jessica. Thank you for making me an entire playlist called Country Sex. Thank you.
Oh, no. I am not going to do well at this game.
So without further ado, let's get into Bedroom Brainiacs lyric trivia. Now, before we get started with the first one, Julie, I have to ask you, how do you think you're going to do?
Well, based on the fact that you just earlier said there is no Juicy J.
There is no Juicy J because you listen to Juicy J.
Right. So like a huge swath of music is just not included. And also you just said that there was a whole playlist called Country Sex, suggests that I'm going to do poorly.
But I may or may not have used any songs from it.
Right. No, I understand. It's just, I don't know what I don't know.
It's a good point.
Which is like kind of the point of why we do this podcast, right? Because lots of people don't even know what they don't know.
That's true.
Yeah. I hate doing bad at stuff.
Oh boy, you are going to hate this episode because I purposely made it very difficult. And also, again, before we get started, I want to reiterate the reason why we're doing this is because it's important to really sit down and think about the things that you're consuming and the message that it's sending. Because it's important to know when entertainment is just entertainment. And you can enjoy some pretty wild things, but it's important to just have an awareness of what you're listening to. And I want to talk about things, and I'm not saying everything here is going to be problematic, but it's just, let's just break it down and have some fun with it.
Well, yes. And I want to touch on that idea of like problematic. I think entertainment can be entertaining. Mm-hmm. And if the goal is entertainment, then the goal isn't education. Like, it can be two things, right? Like, that's ideally what we're doing. But what I don't want the takeaway from this game to be is that, like, we're over here judging these things. What I'm hoping people can think about is like, oh, that sounds fun in theory, but in practice would require additional things.
Yes.
Like the reference that I made to Bridgerton, which was not well received.
And the reference that we made to Coconut. Really quick, another shout out. Sorry, Rachel. Anyway, carry on.
I'm not sorry.
So, without further ado, even though we just did so much ado.
There was a lot of ado.
And there's a cat, too.
Special guest.
All right. Let's go. Let me see. I got I got some music here for myself. All right. And here we go. Number 1, begging for a peggin'. This topic is going to cover, it's pretty self-explanatory. Mm-hmm. So here we go. She said, number 1, this is lyric number 1. She said she don't drink, but she smoked the most. So we got high in France, call that French toast. And that night on a beach, on a private French coast, she shared me with her friends like a Facebook post.
Okay.
Lyric number 2. I want to cover you with Jell-O in the tub. We can roll around for hours without ever coming up. I want to see you naked with your favorite heels on. Slap John Deere across my ass and ride me up and down the lawn.
Okay.
Lyric number 3. She brought a black strap so we could make a movie. And we acted so bad, we could have put it on Tubi. Direct me, Miss Director, until the scene is done. And put it on the hub so we can watch it like a rerun. All right, those were the 3 lyrics. And if you need a moment, you can go back and review them. Your time starts now.
Okay.
Which one is the fake lyric? You can read them to yourself if you like.
Direct me, Miss Director is getting me a little as like a self-written line.
Could be, or it could not be.
I'm looking for the real lyric, correct?
You're looking for the real lyric. Okay. 2 of them are fake, written by yours truly. One of them is real. Again.
And we're going across time, right? Like, because there's a part of me that's like, ain't nobody posted on Facebook no more.
Yeah, this is encompassing all time.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go with... She said she don't drink, but she smoked the most. So we got high in France, call that French toast, as the real lyric.
Well, keep reading it.
And that night on a beach on a private French coast, she shared me with her friends like a Facebook post.
All right. Is that your final answer?
I know it's wrong, but yes, it's my final answer.
All right. Let's see here. Wrong. Incorrect. I wrote that lyric.
I knew you did.
All right, I will give you one more guess. You have a 50-50 shot to get the lyric correct.
I want the John Deere one to be real.
You want the John Deere one to be real?
Yes.
All right. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
The John Deere one is real. That is a song by Nickelback called Next Go Round.
By Nickelback?
By Nickelback.
By Nickelback.
By Nickelback. It's called Next Go Around. Now, I found that lyric first, and this song isn't about pegging as far as I know, but it gave me real pegging energy.
Well, I will say you led the witness, because when I'm hearing, like, looking at it now, I'm like, oh yeah, like, that's about, like, doing it in the butt.
Yeah, right? So I purposely wrote two lyrics that could have been also about pegging, although the third one was pretty straightforward. So that is the first topic that I want to discuss today on Lyric Trivia.
Okay.
And I want to talk about butt stuff.
Okay.
And I remember this was a long time ago. This was maybe in 2009, 2008. No. It had to be 2007. I was working with someone. I'm not going to say where I was working. I don't know if he listens. I haven't spoken to him since then. But he told me, we were sitting around some other people, and I didn't talk much at this job, but he was talking about having a girl eat his butt.
Okay.
Like groceries. And he said he said that's something that he would never try.
Okay.
And his reasoning for never wanting to try it was he was afraid he might like it. And then if him and his wife get divorced, he would have to tell someone else that he likes his booty ate. And that's terrifying for him. Now, I want to talk about the stigma around butt stuff for like manly men, or just the stigma around butt stuff in general. So my question to you is, and I know the answer to this question. Does butt stuff make men gay?
No.
Of course.
No. And really, that's the full answer. There's not really much more to it. Just no. Like, that's not what your what brings you sexual pleasure is a component in your sexual orientation. But no.
I remember when I brought this up to you in a separate conversation, you said, no, there's a button back there.
Oh, yeah, the prostate. So that feels really good for, like, straight cis dudes and gay cis dudes have the same butts. Right?
True.
Like, they're both cis dudes. They got the same butts. Then the stuff that feels good is going to feel good for all the butts.
Right.
It feels good for all the butts. And that doesn't mean that everybody likes it, but it means that like the potential for pleasure is there for all butts.
And I think
of all genders, to be clear.
Yeah,
all
for
butts
sure.
of all genders, there is a potential for pleasure.
All butts, all genders. And I think that the issue with the guy that I worked with was twofold, right? Because his fear was, how do I tell someone else? It was multiple fold, actually. But there was the shame around liking what he liked. And there was this fear of communicating that was a thing that he liked. But, at its core, and this wasn't explicitly said, but here is a man who is married to a woman and has a fear of something being perceived as gay. I don't know. I don't know what his thought process was, but it like sat with me, because to me, it was such a weird conversation to me, because I didn't share those same fears, where I was just like, why are you, this is a funny story you're telling me, but you're not actually worried about this, right?
Yeah, no, he is.
Yeah, no.
He is. And that's the thing, is it's like there's so much pressure to categorize specific sexual acts as gay or straight.
Right.
When the sexual behaviors don't have anything to do with, like, what feels good for your body is not predicated on the gender of the person. That's attraction. Like, that's your attraction map. Who you're attracted to is your attraction map. What feels good is your pleasure map.
I think we just stumbled upon a future podcast topic, because with me being, and you probably can't tell if you're listening to this, but you can definitely tell if you're watching this, but I'm black. Okay. And I'm black. And this is a thing that may also shock you. Whole family, also black, extended family. So all black from the South. Right. And with me growing up, I was exposed to a lot of homophobia. A lot of it, not with my immediate family, but just in general, just in places that I've been, there's a lot of homophobia. And also that was a long time ago. So a lot of people didn't realize they were being homophobic, and a lot of things that were taught to me as just normal was super homophobic and no one knew. But we could do a future episode on a list of things that I was taught were gay.
Oh, I can't wait. We'll get to talk about Prince a lot, and that will make me really happy.
Yeah,
I love Prince so much. Well, you were talking about a coworker. I have a like core memory.
Oh, share, please.
I am also going to be incredibly vague about the details of this. But I was young, and I'm trying to think about how to make sure that I am keeping all identifiable information protected. I was out at a ball field, and there were a lot of people there because it was a popular place to play sports. And so people would play in a game, and then they'd hang out and watch other people play. And so I'm there with friends and whatever. And there's a girl there a couple years older than me that I played ball with. And some boy showed up and started saying she likes it in the butt. And they were saying it as like an insult and a tease. And they were like trying to say she was a bad person, basically. And I would say I was in 7th grade, maybe 7th or 8th grade. And so she was like maybe a freshman or sophomore in high school. I remember very clearly her turning around and just going, "Don't knock it till you try it." And like just picked her stuff up and went on her way. And that is like solidified in my brain. And I know it's like such a, like, could have been in like a 90s, like bullying, like PSA, yeah. But like it genuinely truly happened. And I still think about it because I'm just like, good for her. Yeah. Like, this is a person who at a time when that was a much significantly more taboo act than it is now. And at an age where we are taught that that's like to feel shame about our pleasure, she was not taking that bullshit.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, the boy that said this, some people never grow out of that. So that boy grew into an adult man who may still have those same feelings about saying you like it in the butt. As, first of all, that's none of your business. Second of all, that's not an insult. Like, I don't.
Right? It's like, yeah, I like orange juice. Yeah. Like, not really. It's not my favorite juice.
I like cranberry juice.
Yeah, you like cranberry juice, right? Like, there you go.
But so yeah, butt stuff, not gay.
Definitely not. I think the takeaway that I think is really, really important that we touched on here, that like maybe is a deeper dive episode in the future, but is that idea of like your pleasure map and your attraction map aren't the same thing. Like what you like doing and who you like doing it with are two different things. Mm-hmm. And so you can like all kinds of butt stuff, and then you're just going to do it with the person who you are attracted to. And whatever gender they are and whatever gender you are will make up more of the information around your sexual orientation. But again, sexual orientation is like significantly more complex than just like you're gay or not.
Not to my extended relatives when I was growing up, but we'll talk about that on a future episode.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the second set of lyrics. All right, and here we go. This category is called Take Me to Church.
Okay.
Lyric number 1. I got a mama. Girl, I know how to treat a woman. I like dessert. Girl, I know how to eat a woman. Lay with it, then play with it. I beat it up. I know I'm sinning, but before I eat it, I'll say grace in it. Number 2. My dick stays hard. My gun is never not hot. Shoot. Sorry. I'm a professional. My dick stays hard. My gun is never not hot. Shoot you while I'm jerking off. Call that a cum shot. She wake up every morning and thank the Lord when she get up that she get to feel this dick in her stomach like a sit-up. Whew. And number 3. 2-parent household. Both of them raised me. Now lie down, girl. Let me show you how they made me. Got you screaming, oh God, but this is not a prayer. Pussy pink, booty brown, like a New York City mayor. And time for the thinking music. Julie, which one of these lyrics is real and which 2 were created by me?
Wait, this is this is a challenge.
Do you need me to read them again?
No. I'm pretty confident the second one is written by you.
Okay. The second one. Read the second one for the listeners.
My dick stays hard. My gun is never not hot. Shoot you while I'm jerking off. Call that a cum shot. She wake up every morning and thank the Lord when she get up that she get to feel this dick in her stomach like a sit-up.
That's bars. I'm flattered you think that was written by me. So, are you ruling out number 2?
I am. I think number 1. I got a mama, girl, I know how to treat a woman. I like dessert, girl, I know how to eat a woman. Lay with it, then play with it. I beat it up, I know I'm sinning, but before I eat it, I'll say my grace in it.
Okay. Final answer.
That's my final answer.
All right. Number 1. Is that the correct answer? Let me slowly fade out the choosing music to build the suspense. Number 1. That is correct. That is a song called Do It To Ya by YG.
Okay. You know, I think I actually have heard that song.
Oh, no.
But also, you did kind of give yourself away because the New York City mayor is pretty new.
I know. So. That's why I put it last.
Yeah.
I just couldn't help myself. I knew that including that would give it away, but like...
It's a good line.
I couldn't help myself.
I get it.
Pussy pink, booty brown, like a New York City mayor. Come on.
Yeah.
So, this category is called Take Me to Church because I want to talk about the combination or how it's possible to have religion and horniness coexist in the same space. For example, if you're a God-fearing, church-going folk, can you have fun, freak, nasty sex?
Yes. Yes,
well, that was a short category.
Well, I do want to highlight one thing, which is you are asking a question about religion conceptually, and there are lots of like religions where pleasure is part of
Yes.
what is instructed or what is talked about and what is included in their teachings about sex and sexuality. And so when what I hear the question being is like, how do you reconcile having learned about religion or like participated in a religion that is anti-pleasure? Yes.
So I do. Yes, that is exactly what I want to talk about, because for me, someone who doesn't have a ton of experience in this field, what my personal experience with hearing about religion and sex is more of a repressive shame. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not something to be celebrated. It's something to be like shame, shame, shame. And that's just me personally, what I've experienced. So when I wrote this, And when I came up with this idea, that's kind of what I was getting toward. And I guess a question that I had in mind was, how do you get to a point where you can be open sexually and kind of let go of some of that shame associated with, if you've had that instilled in you for so long and you want to move beyond that, but you struggle to get past that feeling of shame. Not saying that you drop the religion entirely, but the shame part of it around sex and enjoying sex and wanting to be a sexual person. Mm-hmm. How do you move beyond that shame and have a lyric where you say to yourself, I know I'm sinning, but before I eat it, I'll say grace in it?
Well, so the lyric has got me a little bit, because, that still includes, there's a shame component in there, right? Like, mm-hmm. There's still this sense of like, oh, this is a thing I'm supposed to feel bad about.
Well, that's interesting, because that's exactly what I want to talk about, because, that's an excellent thing that you've noticed. What's the word I'm looking for? That's a good catch.
Yeah. Because
even when you're trying to move beyond some of that shame, there's still a little bit there. And he's doing a thing, and he's like, I'm going to do it. It's not going to stop me. But there's still that little tinge of shame going, I know this is bad. This is bad.
Maybe.
So talk more about that.
Well, yes. I don't know YG personally. What he might be saying is like, I know y'all think I'm sinning, right? Like, so that he may have established that distance from it for himself. I don't know. We don't hang like that. So
I mean, it kind of looks like we do. We're both wearing a lot of red.
This is despite what I'm wearing. But what you've asked is like a thing that people come to therapy to work on. It is not an overnight solution. And I think that's the answer that disappoints a lot of people, is that cognitively they're ready. Cognitively, they've moved to a place where they go, I don't want to feel shame anymore. And then when they pursue exploring their sexuality, whether that's through solo sex, go back and watch our episode about masturbation.
Another callback.
Yeah. Or whether that's with partner or partners, the shame shows up and they're like, well, what the hell? I know that I want to be okay with this. Why am I not okay with it?
Right.
And, there is this gap between belief, which is like, faith is belief without evidence, right? And so it's this thing where you're going like, I don't need evidence to know that I'm doing something good, right? And then you get this feeling that is, telling you you're doing something bad because you've spent so long being told that that's what you're supposed to feel. And so it's this feedback loop of like, it's you just trained your neurons. Like, it's not really that complicated in that regard. Like, you just trained your body to have this response to this thing.
Right.
And that's not to say, I don't want to say that in like a hand wavy or like dismissive way, but like the idea that you've spent all of this time interacting with these narratives, these stories, that this is a shameful thing that you shouldn't enjoy and that pleasure is shameful. You've been trained, you've heard these narratives, they've been painted onto you your whole life. And then you go, I don't want them anymore. And the expectation, where a lot of the disappointment comes from, is that the expectation is by saying I don't want them anymore, they're going to go away. Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, that's not how that works.
Right. It sounds like what you're saying is it's simple, but it's not easy.
Yes. So I know that we've chatted about this being a longer future topic, but something that comes up a lot is that in order to make a change, we have to feel uncomfortable, right? Like when we have to experience discomfort. That's the place where change happens. Discomfort is different than lack of safety. Lack of safety is scary and is something that we very reasonably look to avoid. We look to avoid a lack of safety. The challenge is that this is sort of a continuum that starts with safety, moves to discomfort, and then flows over to a lack of safety. And where most people get stuck is any experience of discomfort reads for them as a lack of safety, and so they immediately shut down whatever the action is.
Right.
Which, in a much larger context, is related to like the narratives that we are taught sort of through advertising, that we're never meant to be uncomfortable and we should always be seeking comfort. Is that actually serving us? Probably not. It's serving the people who we go out and buy stuff from so that we feel comfortable. But maybe a bigger conversation for later.
Yeah, that sounds like make a great episode. It sounds like you have an episode's worth of thoughts to share on it as well.
But what I think is really valuable to, like, the practice of being comfortable being uncomfortable is one of the key tools and skills that is necessary and essential to do this task, to get to a place. Because it's not going to magically be, it's not going to magically, people talk about it when people tell stories about like escaping like religious cults and getting out from under like oppressive religious teachings. When they tell the story, what isn't entertaining is the years of therapy. Mm-hmm. What isn't entertaining is the years of mediocre masturbation. Mm-hmm. Or the years of experience, like seeking out a sexual experience only to halfway through feel really bad about yourself.
Right.
And then have to do that really, frankly, boring work of going, what I'm feeling isn't my new reality.
Right.
Like, these feelings are based on an old story that I no longer subscribe to. And if I don't tell myself that and remind myself that, then I'm never going to be able to subscribe to a new story. So ultimately, it's about unlearning significantly, because you've already learned what you want to know. Now you got to unlearn the old stuff.
So I had someone, when I was talking about doing new episodes and I asked for any input on what topics we should do, someone said to me, talk about how to stop leaving room for Jesus, which is, the shame that we're talking about. And it sounds like what you're saying is it's not exactly what you said was, it's not an overnight fix. It's going to take time and a lot of work and probably some therapy. And I'm not saying, like, this is not an advertisement. I truly and genuinely recommend therapy, specifically sex therapy. That's not an advertisement, but you know what is? This! All right, let's get back to it. Lyric trivia. Are you ready for the next one?
I'm so ready.
All right, well then let's play the music. The next section is called A Gay Awakening. For this next set of lyrics, let me get a drink of water before I read these. Oh, okay, that was good. Sorry if you heard that swallow. A Gay Awakening. Lyric number 1. Pink lips, pink Fendi purse. Her kisses taste like Cinnaburst. Don't speak English, but still somehow she managed to put her mouth on my lips and really speak my language. Ooh. Lyric number 2. Matching pajama birthday suits. Her spit tastes just like juicy fruit. She do that thing she usually do. Spell my name with her tongue like ooh. And number 3, friendship old, feelings brand new. Her pussy tastes like Big League Chew. Sorry. A better eater, girl you just can't find. my whole hand inside you, throwing up my gang signs. Do you need me to read those again? Are you?
No, I'm good. I
ready,
got it.
Ready for the thinking music?
I'm ready for the thinking music.
Julie, with the center CD, Bedroom Brainiac. Which lyric is the real lyric? Number 1, number 2, or number 3? Julie is thinking about the correct answer. Which is it? All of them are masterpieces.
I think I'm torn between number 1 and number 2.
Torn between number 1 and number 2.
I'm gonna go with number 2. Matching pajama birthday suits. Her spit tastes just like juicy fruit. She do that thing she usually do. Spell my name with her tongue like ooh.
Spell my name with her tongue like ooh. And is that your final answer?
Locking it in.
Number 2. The correct lyric. You are correct. Number 2 is a song called Slumber Party by Ash Nico.
Okay.
And I didn't hear that song. I heard that song for the first time recently. A lot of people talked about Ash Nico to me over the last couple years. Finally listened to the song for the first time, and I've played it at least 15 or 20 times in a row.
Amazing.
It's incredible. Okay, so this section is called a gay. Also, hold on. Did I give myself away with the big league shoe thing?
Shoe line. I will say I was surprised by the pink Fendi purse line. Really got me. I was like, that might be for real. So just, a little feedback on your lyrics.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I also think maybe the Cineburst kind of gave it away, because who else is going to talk about Cineburst?
Well, we talked about that's also a callback. In the very first episode, I said that I was full of microplastics from all the Cineburst that I chewed as a teenager.
If we do this again, I got to get better at not putting inside jokes into my lyrics. So this one is called A Gay Awakening.
Okay.
And I'm not sure where I want to go with this one or how I want to word this one. I just want to talk about how in this song, it seems what's being communicated is this is a person who came over to my house and suddenly learned a lot about herself. So I want to talk about maybe just... I want to talk about that when that happens, when someone notices there's something about them that's quote unquote different than a lot of the other people around them. And how do you process that when you realize that your entire life you've been socially kind of conditioned to exist in a certain way and be a certain way and love a certain way? And at some point, you kind of realize, oh, this is why I'm so unhappy, because I'm trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Figuratively speaking.
Right.
So just kind of share some of your thoughts on that. You don't have to go too in depth.
You would need a lot of lube.
Do I have any categories coming up on that? I do not. Yeah. So what you're saying is the lube is therapy.
Well, I do. I mean, my answer is frequently going to be therapy will likely help. I want to be very clear. Not all therapy is good therapy, right? Every job out there has people who are not good at it.
Except cops.
Oh,
I wish I had a drum roll in here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this to myself for that statement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but that doesn't even mean that a therapist not being a good fit for you means they're a bad therapist. It just means they're not a good fit for you. And I do think that, like, in general, that idea of like, oh, I'm learning things about myself, having a space that is entirely yours, where the person who you are talking to's entire effort in that space is to collaborate with you for you to figure things out, for you to like resolve these overcome these obstacles, resolve these things that are like frustrating you and like impeding your way, like ability to live life in the way that you want to live life. Like what a great opportunity. Like if it is financially feasible, it is something that I really highly recommend everybody do. Just set aside that time for yourself. But to get more specific to this question that you're asking, I do want to say, I don't think that this is somebody coming over for the first time. I don't know the song, but she says she'd do that thing she usually do. Spell my name with her tongue.
That's a good point.
So, like, she's been coming over for a little while now, it sounds like. But, you know, I think when we think about, there's something that I want to touch on, which is, when you come to this conclusion, whatever the conclusion is, if it's I'm queer, if it's I'm trans, if it's I'm into kink, if it's, you know, I want somebody to put their whole hand inside me and throw up gang signs, like whatever it is, when you get there, you get there. And, you know, one of the obstacles that comes up for people who are like arriving to these conclusions, maybe after having thought that they were straight, right? To kind of stick with like the queer identity as you framed this as like the gay awakening. Like for somebody who had previously thought that they were straight to come like maybe later on come to the conclusion that they are not. I think often something that I hear people have communicated this, which is a sense of like, well, now I feel like I'm left behind. Now I feel like, you know, like a lot of queer people who come out a little later in life, like they didn't have the opportunity to be messy, for lack of a better way to put it. Like think about the weird incestuous friend groups who all dated each other in high school.
Right.
And like the messy breakups and the like figuring out how you want to treat other people and how you want to be treated and figuring out what feels good and how to talk to people about what feels good. A lot of these things happen and they include tons of like stumbling blocks and like mess ups and like doing things in ways that like hurt other people, but you don't really realize that you're hurting somebody else because you've never had these conversations before. And then you recognize what happened and you make changes to your approach. And so by the time you've done this since you were, you know, an early teenager, you start to get to a place where you feel a lot more confident in your footing. But if you were queer and you're only figuring that out for yourself when you're in your like 20s or even later, maybe you didn't have those experiences and you're trying to figure all this stuff out now and everybody's judging you, or you feel like maybe everybody's not judging you, maybe you're judging yourself. There's just a space where this starts to get difficult. It's like an obstacle that comes up a lot, is that sense of like, I was supposed to have this stuff figured out already. And you're not. You're not on a timeline. You don't have to have it figured out at a certain time. And I just think that like that is a really big part of when somebody's figuring out their sexuality. And like, that's not unique just to being queer. That's, you know, figuring out you don't want to be monogamous, or figuring out that you want to explore kink of some kind. Like there are all of these places where at any time, if we're open to and comfortable with exploring and like being curious, that there's all these opportunities to try stuff and see what happens.
I like that. And I also really appreciate that a thing that you and I do a lot is we I mean, you more than me, because you're the one who has the professional knowledge and the academic knowledge. But a lot of times when you give answers to things, sometimes you're not giving a definitive answer. And I think a lot of people go to therapy or look at therapy as, I'm here at therapy, give me a simple answer and fix me right now.
Tell me what to do.
Tell me what to do.
It's like, if you hear somebody say, my therapist told me to, I didn't. We didn't. So,
and I think that one thing that I think is really cool about what we do is, even if we don't have an answer, just speaking about the thing, what I hope happens is other people hear the thing being spoken out loud and go, oh, wow, I thought I was the only one who experienced this or felt this or faced this. And even though you didn't give me a definitive answer, I know that I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not as alone as I thought I was.
Well, and I think it's really tough, right? Like, I don't know what is the obstacle for any given person is going to be unique to them and their experience. Mm-hmm. And like, you know, of all, I'm never here to tell anybody what to do. Like, anytime that I am working with somebody, and even here in this space, like, it's meant to be, for me, my goal is always to be collaborative. I'm always hoping to collaborate, right? My clients, as well as any listeners, like, you are the expert on you. I'm mm-hmm. not the expert on anybody but myself. I'm a hell of an expert on me, to be clear. But even that, nobody knows themselves perfectly. I learn new stuff about myself all the time, and stuff about me can grow and change because I'm curious and open to that. Mm-hmm. And so I think, you know, with this idea of like, what does it mean if you figure something out about yourself? Well, honestly, you get to decide that. Like, at the core of it all, like, you get to decide if you figure out, like, if you're watching a show and all of a sudden this person comes on the screen and you're like, pitter pat, oh my God, like, hard eyes, the whole shebang. And it's a gender that you've never really experienced that with before. You get to decide what that means. If that for you means you want to start exploring what it's like to experience shared mutual pleasure with somebody of that gender, awesome. If you decide that all that means to you is that you find that one individual to be aesthetically attractive to you, also a totally fine thing. Figuring that out is sort of where the therapy journey tends to go.
Right.
And also, but it's also stuff that, like, you know, there isn't a wrong answer necessarily. It's going to be unique to you, and like, you as the expert on you get to figure out what something means. Humans have a superpower, and that is to imbue meaning in anything. Right.
So one more question before we move on. What does Big League Chew even taste like?
I vaguely remember it not having a good texture as like bubblegum goes. Which is, I think, part of why I was laughing. Is like, I don't remember enjoying Big League Chew.
Why didn't we I think Big League's Chew flavor was bubblegum. Why didn't anyone think it was weird that bubblegum was just like there was just bubblegum flavored bubblegum?
That's like asking, why is it weird that there's chocolate flavored chocolate?
Tootsie Rolls are chocolate flavored. Anyway, okay, moving on for the next one.
What? Tootsie Rolls chocolate flavored taffy? Isn't it Tootsie Roll taffy?
No one knows the exact ingredients in Tootsie Rolls. It is a closely guarded secret, and no one will tell you exactly what Tootsie Rolls are. This recipe is under lock and key. I fell down a Tootsie Roll rabbit hole a long time ago. This may have changed because I love Tootsie Rolls, and I haven't checked in a while, so this may have changed. But exactly what Tootsie Rolls are, it's like the Scrapple of candy. Like, no one is really sure.
That's not
what's in Tootsie Rolls.
Not a big sell.
So anyway, moving on. Next question. The next section is effective birth control. Here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Lyric number 1. Honey Nut Cheerios. Honey Nut Cheerios. Honey Nut Cheerios, Honey Nut Cheerios.
Okay.
Lyric number 2. Cap'n Crunch. Cap'n Crunch. Cap'n Crunch. Cap'n Crunch.
Okay.
Lyric number 3. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And thinking music. Now, I have to admit that I couldn't take the chance of you getting all of these right. So I had to put one in here that was especially difficult. So
I already got one wrong, damn.
well, yeah, but I couldn't take the chance. I couldn't take the chance of you being perfect because I would never hear the end of it. So, which one was written by me? And which one is real? I'm going to mute my mic while I take a drink of water and while you think. Do you need me to read them again?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm locked in.
You are locked in. All right, let's slowly fade the music down. All right, Julie, which one is the real lyric?
Honey Nut Cheerios, honey nut Cheerios, honey nut Cheerios, honey nut Cheerios.
Is that your final answer?
God, I know it's wrong. I know it's Cap'n Crunch, but yeah, that's my final answer.
Sorry, that is not the correct one. You have a 50-50 chance to get it right.
It's Cap'n Crunch.
Wrong again. It's Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And I have another answer. Are you wondering what any of this has to do with effective birth control?
I mean, I figured you'd get there.
I did because
You've made looser connections before.
True. But however, with this one, I kind of cheated a little bit because this has nothing to do with effective birth control, but there is a lyric in the song that I want to talk about. But instead of picking that lyric, I pick these lyrics because they're funny to me and I wanted you to get it wrong. So
you heard it here.
So let's bring this music back up one more time because there's more lyrics that I have to show you.
Okay.
Dude wanna trap me, that smart cock, but I made him pull out like a park lot. So the correct answer is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And that is a lyric in the song. I'll read that for you again. Dude wanna trap me, that smart cock, but I made him pull out like a park lot. Now, the reason why I wanna talk about that is probably clear. So my question to you, and this can be a very quick answer, is the pull-out method an effective method of birth control? If so, how much? If not, how much not?
Okay. I want to be really...
Let's put on some more thinking music.
Well, I want to be really... I want to provide very clear information here. What do you mean when you say effective?
Effective means 100% effective.
Then no.
Okay. So how effective is it as far as what is the... If you have sex 100 times...
Oh, don't make me do that kind of math. I can give you the percentage.
Well, I was going to say, if you have sex 100 times and you pull out every single time, what are the percentage chances that you're going to be? How many?
12.
12 babies.
You're going to have 12 babies.
How does that compare to other methods of birth control?
Barrier method is the most effective method. To be clear, in all of these studies, we're talking about without user error. So family planning, the pull-out method is a form of family planning. The pull-out method is 88% effective, which sounds like not bad, right? You get an 88 on a test, you're like, all right, I know my stuff. But 12% failure rate is rough. So the number one challenge with any form of like pregnancy prevention specifically, is user error. Putting on the condom at the wrong time, putting on getting a condom that doesn't fit, inserting an internal condom incorrectly, not putting on the condom before penetration, right? And there's like being aware that this involves like the things that cause pregnancy are sperm and egg. So if you got that combination of things, like it's something that you might be wanting to pay attention to. The pull-out method can be effective. It's a method, but there are also all kinds of other things that you can do. And like the number one thing to do is like have a conversation with the person that you are having sex with about what you are, the part of this lyric that bothers me more is dude wanna trap me. Like that's a lack of communication and like mutual consensual agreement upon what the point of the sexual interaction is, and like what risk aversion techniques you're going to use if pregnancy is something that you are viewing as a risk rather than something you're trying to accomplish.
I will say that I just realized I didn't tell you what song this was. So when I tell you what the song is and who sang the song, it may give you some context.
Okay.
This song was called Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Shocker. Cinnamon Toast Crunch by Cupcake. So that gives you a little bit more.
I'm surprised.
Yeah?
I mean, Cupcake is very knowledgeable about sex.
So just share a final thought on the pull-out method and how you feel about it.
How I feel about the pull-out method, or
how do you feel about?
I don't like fear-based sex education. Full stop. And most sex education that most people get is fear-based, and it focuses specifically on like, don't get pregnant.
You will get pregnant and you will die. Wasn't that Mean Girls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing is like every person's experience is unique, and some people, like without comprehensive sex education, people don't have the ability, like if I value, and obviously I do, considering this is the podcast that I'm doing, like sexual autonomy, then like people need to be fully informed and like thoroughly informed in order to be able to make like conscious autonomous choices about their sexual health and reproduction. And when you don't include a pleasure narrative in your sex education, then you don't give people like the ability to make those choices. And so like the pull-out method, abstinence, like barrier methods, pills, patches, like IUDs, all these options, every person needs to know that these things exist and needs the ability to make the choices for themselves. And that's not going to make interesting music necessarily.
You would be a terrible rapper, by the
way. Truly. Nobody wants to hear.
Sure they do.
No, but I think it's not interesting music. And in something like this, it's not necessarily important what she's trying to say is like, I don't want to get pregnant. And like, that's about choice and autonomy, and like fitting comprehensive sex education into a song in like one line is just like, it's an impossible feat.
Which is why we're doing what we're doing. If you can listen to the song and recognize that this person has no interest in giving you comprehensive sex education, you can appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah.
And not look to this for comprehensive sex education. You can look to it for, this is some good horny music.
She does make really horny music, and a lot of it's very good. And some of it is fairly comprehensive, but it's still fantasy, right? She's still singing about it and rapping about it, and it's not going to give you, like, it's still entertainment, and so entertainment doesn't include the boring parts.
Right. All right. Ready for another one?
I'm ready for another
We've
one.
got 2 more left.
Okay.
All right, let's play that music. There we go. All right, next section. So safe and so clean. Here we go. Lyric number 1. Make me feel it like it's morphine, wet like a pool, clean like chlorine. Throw it back, putting pussy in their faces, see if they can catch it like Trump catching cases. Lyric number 2. Hit the wall on my southern border, pussy clean, that shit tastes like water. If the drinks are hitting, lose your inhibitions, pull the hood off the clit like a Scooby-Doo villain. And number 3, can I douche or do you want a stank twat? Pussy dripping on that dick like a raindrop. Wanted the big dick until you made me face it. Dick was so hard, it broke my tooth. I need braces.
All right.
Julie. You know what comes next. Look at these 3 lyrics and tell me which one is real and which 2 are not. Which 2 of these came from my brain and which one of these came from someone else's brain?
So in an earlier iteration of this game, you also stated that there was maybe questions that had all 3 lyrics written by you.
That is true.
Is that still part of the rules?
That is true.
Okay. I do kind of think you wrote all 3 of these.
So your final answer is that I wrote all 3.
Yeah. That's my final answer.
Did I write all 3 lyrics? I did not. One of these is real.
Okay.
You get one more guess. I'll turn this back up again so you can do some more thinking.
I'm locked in.
Locked in. Okay.
Because I the scoot.
We're thinking again.
No,
But the music is back on. Okay.
Hit the wall on my southern border, pussy clean, that shit tastes like water. If the drinks are hitting, lose your inhibitions, pull the hood off the clit like a Scooby-Doo villain. Final answer.
All right. Number 2, is that the real lyric? Oh, I am so sorry. That is incorrect. That was thought up by me. Me.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So the correct answer is number 3. Also a song by Cupcake called Cum Shot.
I know that song.
Oh, it's too late now, though.
It is too late.
So I would hope that it's obvious why I picked this.
Don't douche.
Well, that was easy. All right, on to the next one. First,
Don't douche.
can you give us a little bit of information on when you say don't douche? Why? Why do you say that?
Because the vagina is a self-cleaning tool, like mechanism. It has its own, it's built to manage its own pH, and douching throws off that pH. And also, douche is created, it's a capitalistic endeavor. Men made it to be like, girl, your pussy stink. When it doesn't, it doesn't. It doesn't. And if it does, it's probably because you've been douching and it's thrown off the pH. So, like, don't douche. Stay hydrated. Stay lubricated. Don't douche.
That's a t-shirt. Don't douche, stay hydrated, stay lubricated. I like it. I like it. Well, I mean, this episode has already been so long. I don't think any more needs to be said about that topic. I think you said it all.
There is a larger conversation to have about douching in general. Whoa, I touched the microphone. Because, like, you know, douching isn't limited to vaginas. Mm-hmm. And this is a hot take, but it's also not essential for anal. This is a hot take and will be disagreed with by many people, but it's dangerous. Your butthole and the skin inside of your rectum is very sensitive and very easily irritated and easily harmed, and douching can increase the likelihood of that. And so there are alternatives that are like lifestyle changes. We don't have to spend a long time on it, but it is sort of a full stop, don't douche.
All right. And this is also a secret brainstorming session, a live brainstorming session for future episodes. Because I got to be honest, after this lyric trivia, I spent so much time working on this lyric trivia episode. I got nothing for next week. So I got to hurry up and figure out what next week it's going to be. And this is very helpful, the conversations that we're having, because one of these tangents.
If something that I've been talking about is really interesting to you, comment that. Tell me that. I'll talk about it more.
Yeah, comment it below.
Absolutely.
Or, since our fan base is so huge right now, just text us, call us, come over and tell us what you think. All right, so we have one more question left. And I've been marking the ones that you've been getting correct.
Oh, good.
So you have an opportunity here. You've gotten 1, 2, 3 wrong.
Okay.
You've gotten 2 correct. So you have an opportunity here to hit 500.
Okay.
So this is kind of a big deal. And
I'm kind of a big deal.
You are. So let's play that music and head to the final section. The final set of lyrics is going to cover the following topic: bacterial infections.
I can't believe that you were serious that there's no Juicy J.
No, there's no Juicy J.
This is a category and there's no Juicy J. It's crazy.
If you didn't listen to Juicy J, there would be Juicy J.
Okay, that's fair.
But it's important for me that you're wrong. So I can't do any music that you listen to. And also, guys, if you're enjoying this, please let us know, because we can do this again with more songs. Maybe I can hit some of those songs that you guys suggested that I didn't use, or maybe we can do, I don't know, steamy romance novels, and I can write some fake romance novels. We can, whatever. Just let us know what you think. And here we go. Bacterial infections. Lyric number 1. Let you come in me while you stick it in the booty. Lick the nut off, then stick it back in the cootie.
Don't do that.
Okay, hold on. I gotta read that again because I laughed at the end. Let you come in me while you stick it in the booty. Lick the nut off, then stick it back in the cootie. Lyric number 2. Put it in the cat, then the butt, then the cat again. Pull that sword out this stone so I can crown you king again. Number 3. I'm going to run out of music. This song is going to end before I can finish reading. Number 3. If I bow down, will you take a bitch to Pound Town and put it in the pink after you take it out the brown town? The timing was perfect.
Delightful.
And now for the thinking music. Julie, you've got some thinking to do. So, of those 3 lyrics, which one is the real one?
I want them all to be made up. I genuinely want them all to be made up. Don't do this.
They could all be made up, or they could all be real. Or one could be real, and 2 could be fake.
I truly am like, I'm so, the sex educator in me is so worked up about this that I cannot, I desperately want them all to be fake.
Okay, now you're voting with your heart.
Yes.
And wait, let me turn the music down. Is that your final answer?
I got to.
Now just be aware. This could get you to 500, so I'm going to crank the volume all the way up on the sound pad when I give you your correct or wrong.
Okay.
So your final answer is they're all fake.
I hope so.
Are they all fake? All 3 lyrics? Nope. One of those is actually real, that a human being said in a song that was released on a major record label. I feel like you need some more time. So, of these 3, and since it's the last one and I really want you to win, I'm going to give you some extra guesses if you get it wrong.
I really want them all to be fake so bad. Is it number 2?
Number 2. Which one is number 2? Can you read it for the audience?
Put it in the cat, then the butt, then the cat again. Pull the sword out the stone so I can crown you a king again. It ain't that one. I knew it wasn't.
Nope.
They're so upsetting. I don't want this to be real.
No, one of these is real.
Is it number 3?
Which one is number 3?
If I bow down, will you take a bitch to Pound Town and put it in the pink after you take it out to Brown Town? I knew. Like, the thing is when I read number 1, I went, that's a real song. That's.
What's
So
number 1 again?
The correct answer is, let you come with me while you stick it in the booty, lick the nut off, then stick it back in the cootie.
That is correct. Julie, congratulations. You are at 500. That song is She Don't Love You by Lil' Kim.
Lil' Kim, listen. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I need you to understand something. Okay. I had the same reaction when I found this lyric.
Don't do that.
And I need you to do me a favor. I need you to explain why she shouldn't do that. And while you're explaining that, I'm going to pull up some of the lyrics that didn't make it, because I decided this was going to be the last one, and this upset me so much that some of the other ones got kicked off the list of lyrics, and I'm going to read you the honorable mentions that didn't make it into this contest.
Okay.
So, or maybe there's like 1 or 2, but why is this a bad thing?
For the same reason that people with vulvas are taught to wipe front to back. Like, you're transferring bacteria from the anus that's safe to have in and around the anus to the vagina, and it is not meant to be introduced there. And the vagina is a place where bacteria has, like, you have bacteria. People with vaginas, there's bacteria in there. That's part of what maintains the pH balance. When you introduce a different bacteria, one that's not meant to be there, it can cause an infection, the bacterial infection. And so, generally speaking, you don't go from back to front. You don't wipe back to front. Don't move the sex toys back to front, whatever the toys might be. Clean them in between thoroughly.
And I will say, though, 1, that's great advice. Please take that advice. 2, as disturbing as that was, I did have a lot of fun writing those other lyrics to try to throw you off.
Yeah. You did a good job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I was thrown off.
Thank you.
Mostly I was just so what I want to be clear about is, like, you can absolutely have anal and vaginal sex in the same sexual experience. That's not what I'm saying not to do. What I'm saying is ensure that you are not transferring bacteria from your anus to your vagina.
Mm-hmm.
And that may be that you use a condom during anal, take off the condom, clean the penis or the toy, and then move on to vaginal penetration. Right? That's an option that is pretty effective. Mm-hmm. So you can absolutely enjoy anal pleasure and vaginal pleasure in the same sexual experience. Just, consider the risks and mitigate the risks. And to do that, you want to make sure that you're keeping everything clean. So, yeah, I was just shocked because it's like, there's no indication that anybody's doing any, like, cleaning in between.
No, there's no cleaning.
Yeah.
There was no cleaning. There was nothing. Nowhere in the song did they mention any kind of cleaning or, avoiding of.
Yeah. And this is a big piece of like why entertainment about sex is different than experiencing sex. And it doesn't mean that the entertainment is bad, but if it is the only place that you're getting your education, which for many young people, a lot of their first exposure to sex is through entertainment. And they're not getting comprehensive sex education. Also, a lot of adults never got comprehensive sex education, and then they think that they don't need it because they're adults now and they've had sex. Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, yeah, but you could be having different sex, better sex, more pleasurable sex. You might still be doing things that you could mitigate risk, like that are risky that you could mitigate. So, like, it's probably a fun song.
It is a pretty fun song.
Yeah. And like, that might be a hot fantasy for someone and enjoy it as a fantasy. Like, absolutely enjoy your fantasies. That's what's great about fantasies is that you don't have to worry about anything. You can go from ass to vagina and not have to worry about it because it's a fantasy. It's happening in your made up world where there is no bacteria to transfer. But if it's something that you want to experience, like with the one body that you have, because you only have the one, then you want to start like translating it from fantasy to reality requires being aware of the risks, which is what comprehensive sex education, one thing that comprehensive sex education can give you, and then also how to mitigate those risks so that you can best enjoy the experience without any long-term impactful consequences.
I like it. And I just want to let you know that oh man, I wanted you to get to 500 so bad.
Yeah, I know. I didn't.
But lucky you, I downloaded this victory music anyway. So, Julie, good job on trying to win at Bedroom Brainiacs Lyric Trivia. I'm proud of you. The listeners are proud of you. And you should be proud of you too. Good job.
I am.
But I was looking at my list of lyrics that I had that I was going to add to the list. And this is just a quick aside. We don't have to get too much into this, but maybe we could. It's lyrics in songs that talk about sex in a way that's uncomfortably violent in the sense of like, when a lot of men in songs where they rap about women, when they talk about sex, the words they use to describe it are violent. I don't know how else to describe it. Mm-hmm. So there was a song here, and I'm going to read this lyric, and I'm going to put this cool music behind it so it sounds less violent when I read it.
Sure.
He says, I murder the monkey, so prepare for the execution. Like a Russian president, I'm about to have the pussy Putin. Now, okay, that second part is funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is by legendary. This is serious. This is a serious thing. I murder the monkey, so prepare for the execution. Like a Russian president, I'm about to have that pussy Putin. But again, this is entertainment. It's supposed to be entertaining, but I also like to have an awareness of what we're listening to. That's by Legendary Baller. And the song is called Straight Razor. And finally, I was going to do a section about having, this is some little inside baseball here, me telling you what I was planning, but I thought the episode would run too long, and it did. This is a long episode. You're welcome. I was going to do a section about the anxiety around having sex, just the anxiety around having sex either for the first time or just anxiety in general around having sex. And I found 2 lyrics that were real lyrics, and I was trying to throw you off because there was one that I thought you would recognize and you would think that was the one when in fact they're all real. But the problem was I couldn't find a third song that was real that I felt comfortable using.
Okay.
So I'm gonna read you the lyrics here. So the one that I thought would throw you off is this one. I wrote back, and tell me if you know the song. I wrote back and said, of course I had sex before, knowing I was frontin'. I said, I'm like a pro, baby, knowing I was stunting. But if I told the truth, I knew I'd get played out, son. Hadn't been in pussy since the day I came out one.
I do know that song, yeah.
Which is?
I don't know the...
J. Cole, Wet Dreams.
I was going to say, I knew it was J. Cole, but I didn't know the name of the song.
So I was hoping that one would make you feel like you kind of, okay, that's the one.
Right.
Because you definitely wouldn't know these other 2. And this is actually one of the country songs that didn't make it. The summer wind was all around me, nothing between us but the night. When I told her that I'd never, she softly whispered, that's all right. Then I watched her hands of leather turn to velvet in a touch. There's never been a summer where I've learned so much. That's by good old Garth Brooks, called That Summer. And then I found the third song. And this lyric in particular, it didn't sit well with me.
Okay.
It's by Rod Stewart.
Ooh.
How familiar are you with Rod Stewart? Perfect response. This song is called Tonight's the Night. And he says, come on, angel. My heart's on fire. Don't deny your man's desire. You'd be a fool to stop this tide. Spread your wings and let me come inside. Yeah, that's the face I made. Exactly. Yeah, I felt the same way. And it again, another lyric that caught me off guard. I was like, he didn't really say that, did he? He did.
He did.
He did. So yeah, that's what I got here. I got some notes that I wrote about myself about Canadian girl, pussy sweet like maple syrup. I don't know. There's all sorts of things. So we can do this again at some point.
Yeah, I had fun.
Yeah.
It was a very fun. If you guys had fun, you guys out there, what's up? If you all had fun.
Wait. Before you tell everyone what to do. I have some specific outro music that I want to use.
Oh, I was just going to say, if they have fun, tell us to do it again.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell everyone where to subscribe and all that stuff.
Oh no, that's the host. Look at the host jacket he's wearing.
This I don't
deny him.
Yeah. Okay.
His hosting duties. I was just gonna say, if you guys had fun with this, you guys out there, comment and let us know that you want us to do another episode, because I would do another episode. It was fun, and I imagine he would love the writing exercise. So.
I 100% would love the writing exercise. This was a lot of fun, flexing my rapper muscles and my songwriting muscles, but I would also have fun doing, maybe some fanfic or maybe some steamy romance novels,
Yeah, man.
So maybe one of those, maybe I'll get a book from Walgreens with the cowboy on the front, with the shirt open and...
Or a bodice ripper.
Yeah. I actually have one. I have a couple of those books. I bought one at a thrift store for 99 cents. I can't remember what it's called.
There's one called like The Bear Inside Him or something. I've seen it around. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And I think it's straight, which is like...
No, it's not.
Surprise.
That's false advertising. The Bear Inside Him? Are you kidding me right now? You know what that sounds like? That sounds
Pretty sure there's a woman on the cover.
No, that sounds like something like a men's rights activist on the far right would make. And a super homophobic men's rights activist
would write The Bear Inside Him.
Yeah.
But it would be about a straight guy.
Oh, yeah, a straight guy.
Yeah.
But yes, so speaking of The Bear Inside Him, I want you to smash the like button inside this YouTube window right now.
Kind of worked.
I'm trying. But yes, please like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, and if you comment, I will reply to your comment as I have been doing for the other commenters. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Let's get that engagement up. Also, if you click the link in the YouTube video, it'll take you to the Center CD's link tree where it has links to all of our stuff, our newsletter.
I write about movies in the newsletter. I wrote about Baby Girl for the November newsletter. It's coming out very soon, so you should sign up for it.
Yeah, sign up so you can read about Baby Girl. Yeah. And then comment on our video that you signed up and let us know what you think of the newsletter. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. This was a whole lot of fun for me. Was it fun for you?
I had a blast.
Excellent. Sorry you didn't win, but
it happens.
Okay, I'll try to make it easier next time.
Don't do that.
I'll make it harder next time.
Do that. Don't do that.
But anyway, please tune in next week. I have no idea what it's going to be about because I haven't planned anything yet. But I do know that it's going to be great. And I'm going to be here. Will you be here?
I'll be here.
All right. And we hope that you will be here too.
Yeah,
Toodaloo.
join us.
I'm going to go jerk off.